Welcome to the Awaken Man podcast. We've put this podcast together because we wish that we had this kind of podcast as we were navigating, building successful businesses, being great dads, and thriving and achieving our own goals. And we wanted something that would guide us through. So we thought, why not create it?
Absolutely. 4 key areas here: business, health, wealth, and relationships. That's what we're going to be discussing. All the ins, all the outs. It's us not sitting on our high horses. It's us in the trenches. It's us going through all of it as well. And it's us walking our walk.
Walking our talk.
Walking our talk.
Exactly. So what you can expect, us exactly this: imperfect, in the trenches, sharing, super vulnerable, 2 guys, 1 podcast, a whole host of guests, and some great content. We honestly, we promise to bring you in the 30 minutes to an hour that we share with you every single week the best content in terms of developing as a mature, awakened man who's trying to take on the various arenas in business, love, every single week. Because honestly, I just when I was struggling with this stuff, Pete, honestly, I could not find it. I found every time I looked for this kind of stuff, it was generally hidden behind closed doors, conversations that weren't being had. It wasn't all in one place. And when I was struggling the most with my relationship, with my business, I didn't know where to turn. And I think this is where I feel we can help so many men in the same position.
Absolutely. I went through the similar sorts of things. Actually, in business, I wanted to be around other high performers, and I went looking for it. But I didn't just want the business strategy. I'd done way too much of that. I'd done business course, the marketing course, all the courses. I didn't want just that. I actually wanted to learn about my psychology as a man, like my emotions, understanding them. What the hell is going on in my head, and how can I like use my own emotions and understanding that to grow my business and to have a better relationship with my partner and to be a hero to my kid and to earn more money and to do all of the things. I knew it wasn't about the next business course. It was more than that. It's the psychology around it.
Yeah, there's something that both of us believe is that you can only grow your business, or you can only go as deep in your business as you're willing to go deep in your personal life yourself. And we honestly believe to our core that if you want to grow your business, you have to grow the man. If you want to grow the man, if you want to have a great relationship, you have to grow the man. And the various things that we've been navigating through in our personal lives, like changing our businesses, changing our family dynamics, having kids. Both of us started a psychotherapeutic journey. We've led teams, and what we've found is there's so many things that we want to share to men who are just on the brink of that. They're just on the brink of discovering that. They're just on the brink of discovering the power of personal work, men's work, actually having mentors and coaches to support them, having a supportive group of people, raising their standards. And like every single day, we have the absolute joy of bringing this kind of work to men on a daily basis. And what we'll be doing on this podcast, we'll be sharing some of the stories. Please, we're going to unashamedly share some of the amazing work that we do every single day, because we're still astounded at some of the results it gets.
Yeah, and not just the stories, just like how we're doing things.
Yeah,
it literally, some of the podcasts we've already done, we're like, this is like how we've done it. Steps 1, 2, and 3. Go and give it a try yourself. See how you get on.
Yeah. And what we want to share is, as we're building the Awaken Man project, we'll be sharing with you what's worked, what hasn't worked, what's going wrong, warts and all, nothing held back. Because I feel that there's so much value to the transparency we can bring, not just from a personal side, like the things that we're doing in our journeys as becoming better fathers, better guys, but as businessmen, there's so much value to transparency and sharing like the warts and all story that a lot of people don't share. Like, I genuinely don't believe, like, sometimes we see online, we see in networking meetings, we talk to other business owners and we say, oh, how's business? Oh yeah, everything's okay.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. Everything's great. They paint this rosy picture, the Instagram film reel, and when things aren't, so what we'll be doing is we'll be getting really, really open about how we're doing as we're growing this company. and the challenges that we faced, and the obstacles, how we've got, how we've faced them and overcame them. And yeah, this the real vulnerable, transparent, struggle in plain sight approach that we invite our customers, those of you listening to the podcast, to employ when you're trying to grow as a man.
Yeah. Ben, I think that'll do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do give us a subscribe because it helps us. It helps get the word out there. And
Well, just also, if you enjoy the stuff that we're covering,
yeah, of course.
If you enjoy the stuff we're covering, talk about the podcast. If there's a man that you know that's in business and you're listening to this podcast, share it with him. Equally, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and listening to our podcast.